Wine Cellar Brasserie. My name is Myers McDougall. I'm the sommelier and the brasserie upstairs, certified from the Court of Master Sommeliers. And I'm here with the owner, Mr. Gary Parker, and we have been tasting some wonderful wines today. Just really good array and complexity, just a lot of fun stuff that's not out on the international market. You see too much, and this is a great example of another wine. What do we have here? This is the Domaine de Chevalerie.
Yes.
From Bourgueil.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a
2005 vintage.
Okay.
100% Cabernet Franc. Look at the color of this thing.
I know, and I think we were talking about C's French oak, so Cab Franc, and Bourgueil is in the Touraine region, which is just kind of west of Sancerre. So in the Loire, it's a big strip, huge producing region, and they have wonderful Cab Franc areas. And you know, I was looking at this website before we did the filming, and their caves are real caves. You know,
is that right?
You see some caves that are caves, but they're all concreted out, nice and formed. You go to their website if you have a chance, go and check it out, and it looks like you're like, oh no, the house is going to fall down.
Like,
yeah, the caves are right under the house, and it kind of
fun.
takes you on a little visual tour, and I had a lot of fun looking at it. So while you're enjoying this wine, if you're a wine club member, please go on the site. If you're not a wine club member, come in, get the bottle, check it out, and it's a fun Cab Franc. But
you know, it's interesting. I know that the winery's been there since the 1600s, 1640. Can you imagine like that? I mean, how many people in the United States, for instance, have had a legacy like this passed down from generation to generation to generation?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you imagine being born into this family, and this is what you do, you produce great wines, and you know, then you have kids, and then you have grandkids, and then they produce them, and then, you know, you come back as a dog or something later on.
Yeah, talk about some pressure. So you know they're really focused on making some good wines.
Yeah.
We're talking about that with Ted Lemon, with the Chevalerie, but this is a whole kind of different story. And the region is known for making Cab Francs, 100%. And they put the money into putting in French barrels. So you get the quality in the glass, which is nice.
And this domain is under pressure because they are reputed to be the top red wine producer.
Well, see, I know. I can smell.
Well, I mean, just by looking at this wine, it's extremely serious. The way it coats the glass, the color, it's almost black at the core. Cabernet Franc, serious wine. And when we first tasted it, it was kind of closed in and not being very generous as far as different flavor components coming through. But as it sits there open, you know, you can just kind of feel it creeping up and going and tasting.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Flashback. One of the things I did notice is in the notes for the wine club members, Mark West put a comment that this would be good with coq au vin, and I think that is pinpoint accuracy. I would love to have this next to that dish. I think it just screams for the region, and it screams for the style of wine. And you know, I can just imagine a small little house in France, somebody's cooking up a serious coq au vin and having a little Cab Franc, a little bit more Cab Franc, and then maybe hopefully finishing the dish. Because that's what I do. I start cooking. If it takes more than 4 hours, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it tastes very of the countryside. It tastes very French. This is definitely not a Californian, or you can't identify this as coming from any other country but France.
Yeah, right.
It just tastes and feels that way. It's a wonderful thing.
Yep. And you said this is the top producer?
They're reputed to be.
That's
you know,
good.
it's hard to say who's any one top producer in any one area. You know, it's like saying who's the best basketball player or baseball player of all time or something. You know, there's 20.
Right.
You know, and but they have the reputation for being the best, if not one of the best.
Fun international wine to get out there and try. Cab Franc from the Loire region, from the Bourgueil.
Well, totally exciting. $33 a bottle, and
it's good.
worth
It's
every
worth
penny.
Yeah, I agree. Cheers.
Cheers.